Yo guys, what is up? Max on Diablo 4 video, and today we're talking about Whirlwind Barbarian. Now, if you did not know, Blizzard nerfed the crap out of Whirlwind Barbarian. I honestly thought that the build might be dead. They nerfed the cooldown that you get when you cast your shouts into a group with the Chieftain aspect. They nerfed the crit chance of Whirlwind. They nerfed the unique gauntlets that Whirlwind builds have been using. They nerfed the damage reduction from one of the shouts. They kind of just hit it from all angles, and I was playing my Barbarian when the changes went live, and all of a sudden I was dying. My shouts were on 17-second cooldowns, and it wasn't until I changed these few things that I got my Barbarian feeling really good again. So I want to talk to you guys about, one, that Barbarian is just fine, trust me, and two, what I changed in my build to accommodate and adjust to these nerfs. Now, the biggest change I made to my build was in what I was prioritizing on some gear stat-wise, and also to my Paragon board, and it made all the difference. So to start us off, I didn't have cooldown reduction on my helmet. I started only looking for that, and as soon as I found a good cooldown roll, I grabbed that on my helmet. That helped a ton, and on my amulet, I started hard prioritizing cooldown reduction and fury cost reduction. With our shouts being not as up as often, you're going to want that fury cost reduction. It makes such a difference, and then these two combined really helped, but my shouts still weren't up all the time. I still had a few seconds where they just weren't up, and I couldn't figure out how to get them more up until I grabbed this glyph. Now, this glyph made a massive difference. This is the disembowel glyph. And I wasn't originally going to prioritize this, but as soon as I saw those nerfs went live, I grabbed this. Now, Disembowel reads, killing a bleeding enemy has a 10% chance to reduce the cooldowns of your non-ultimate active cooldowns by 1 second. So we're popping all of our things. We jump into a group. When we're killing like 15 enemies at a time and our Whirlwind is bleeding everything, we're getting a chance to reduce the cooldowns of all of them by 1 second, which is really nice. Note that this isn't a lucky hit chance. It's just a 10% chance to kill it when we kill an enemy to get these cooldowns. And that paired with the martial glyph, which reads, after casting a shout skill, the active cooldown of every other shout skill is reduced by 1.2 seconds. These two in conjunction, as well as with the cooldown on your gear, has led to basically my Barbarian feeling about the same pre-nerf to as it post-nerf, as I didn't have these things before, but once you get them, it starts to feel really good again. This aspect of the Bold Chieftain was probably the biggest nerf to Barbarian. Everything else was fine, but this getting its cooldown dropped in half really hurt. I still think this is the best in slot aspect on a ring, just because it's still a bunch of cooldown, even if it's only half. It's kind of a must-have, and Whirlwind starts to feel a lot better once you get this. If you don't have this aspect, I recommend going double Fury, aka something like your shout skills generate Fury per second while active, and you restore your resource, your primary resource whenever you crowd control an enemy until you get this Chieftain aspect. But this Chieftain aspect, even though it's nerfed, is still such a big difference. We're going to end the video with some quick gameplay of Whirlwind Barb, just doing it live. I have been absolutely loving Whirlwind Barb even after the changes. I still think it is one of the best feeling classes. You've got a high damage mobility skill. You've got a lot of damage reduction and survivability to push into the higher nightmare tiers. You can see that my shouts are going to be for the most part always up. We basically hit enemies and keep running, which is really good. I will have a full build video for my Whirlwind setup. I put out a Whirlwind theory crafted build about 2 weeks ago, and I pretty much stuck to it with a few changes that I had to adjust to in the actual game. But yeah, this is a tier 25 or 24 dungeon that would just really just no issues. I'd like to keep pushing into the higher ones, but I've been farming and helping some of my friends out. But we pull enemies, hit them with the Whirlwind. As you can see, we've got really good duration on our shouts cooldown of them, and just survivability uptime still feels really good. I wouldn't, if you were thinking about playing Whirlwind or feeling discouraged about playing this build after seeing those nerfs, I wouldn't be too down on it. I think the build is just fine. Wink at Blizzard, it's a terrible build. Don't nerf it anymore, please. But yeah, it's a really good time, guys. That is going to do it for the video. We're hitting 200 Ks, 166 Ks on enemies. Let's get this group here, do a little spin, easy peasy. And yeah, guys, that is going to do it for the video. I will catch y'all in the next one, guys. Take care. Peace.